Hey, YouTube fam, how's it going? This is Tack with Euro.American.Passion. Just giving you a follow-up. I know I have not been there um, for a little while. Just giving you a heads up, though. I've been doing a lot of work. I lost a friend and trying to get myself together. Um, Work is actually doing its thing into the fiscal year for the um, government. So a lot of things have to be done at the last minute. So anyway, a lot of changes also with the channel. Um, I had a subscriber to want something that I had more than I wanted it. So I made a deal with him and he bought it. And I turned around and a friend of mine that actually had something I've been trying to get from him for about 10 years, I finally was able to get it. Also, I'm going to show you, I finally pulled out one of my replicas that I've had for well over 25, 30 years. I got this car back in, I would say 92, 93. And of course, it's a little rough now because uh, my ex had it and she was trying to keep it from me. And come to find out, when I went to go and get it, I found out it was in her backyard in a little swampy area. So, of course, I had to sit back and chalk it off as a loss. But a couple of years later, I found out that the next door neighbor ended up buying it. And he called me and asked me if I wanted to get it back. So I bought it back from him. And that was about a year ago. So it's been sitting in storage. And I finally got it back into my garage. And that's going to be another project that I'm going to have to work on getting correct. So, with that being said, I got some updates. I think one of these, the thing that I just got from my friend, I think everybody on the channel would really like to see this build more than anything else. Um, the two, the two replicas, it's a replica, and the two replicas that I have now have always been rivals. I always wanted both of these because those two stood out more than any other car in my eyes. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show them to you. My particular one that I've had is rough, so I'm not going to spend much time on it until I get it off the rack. But the other one is rough also. He really didn't know anything about replicas, but everything is there. And I'm going to show you what it looks like and give you an idea of what's going to happen. I don't get rid of replicas that easy. So the beautiful part about that is once they get done, then I will consider selling them if someone makes me a nice enough offer. So my famous saying, without any further ado, I'll let you take a look at what I have and then give me some feedback on what you think. I know sometimes I get feedback from certain guys and gals, but I would like feedback on these because it gives me an outlook of which way I need to go. Let me know if I need to be authentic with it, or if I need to customize it, or if I need to actually be just outrageous with it. Give me some feedback. It would really be nice. So, without any further ado, stand by. Trying to let you see what it looks like. I went to pick this thing up about a year ago, and this is how it looks. I haven't done anything to it. So just trying to give you an idea. It needs a lot of work, of course, because of the fact that as they pushed it back into the wooded area, you can see all the dirt from the wheels. When they pushed it back into a wooded area, it bust the whole front end up, so I really don't want to show you that one. So, stand by. My next one is going to be something that I've been working on for the longest, and I finally got the guy to sell it to me. This guy had this thing for about 10 years, and I've been trying to get it for the longest. And he finally gave in to my asking price because he actually was dumping money into it. I told him that the way it was set up wasn't in the best interest of the car. To me, it's a little ghetto, so I'm planning on doing some extreme work to it. So without any further ado, I want you to see exactly what what I have now. This is a 1988 Pontiac Fiero, but it's based off of the F40. The beautiful thing about this car is it's got the 88 suspension. I took the glass off because it was just basic plexiglass, and the plexiglass was actually warping up. They put fog lights here, which is fine because that's what should be here, but they're using that as headlights. They have plastic, ABS plastic here. So what I plan on doing is getting a scoop, the induct here, closing these, and I'm going to run the LM style Ferrari look on it. So those are going to have the high beam and low beams, but I'm going LEDs. I'm not going to go with the standard incandescent headlights. And then I'm going to have fog lights down here. It actually has a very nice interior, pretty stout body. Just I'll show you that in a second. Interior is pretty nice. I have molds to build the Ferrari dashboard, so the Fiero dashboard is going away. Nice seats. They have the emblem on it. Has the Boss stereo subwoofer. Also the 6 inches in the door panels. I don't too much care for the wheels. It's a little too, well, let's put it this way. They're too big and gaudy. Has a dual exhaust, but it's coming out on each side. I prefer to come out like the actual Ferraris do right here, which I plan on doing that. As the emblem, of course. The other main thing is it has the stress cracks. It just needs to be worked. The actual plexiglass that should be the way it is, it's actually broken. So what they ended up doing was they actually rhino lined it. I'm going to sand it down. And I'm going to plastic weld it. I'm going to take the screws out. It just looks very unsightly. These are for the hinges, of course. I don't like those. So all of that is going to be pretty much correct, date correct. I plan on opening up the knockaduct. I'm getting rid of the Fiero style cover. This particular one has dual shocks on it, which I didn't too much care for this. These are for the shocks. Let's take a look underneath the hood. It has the Iron Duke 2.5. I've always been a fan of the 2.5, but for something like this, it should be just as much go as it is show. Now, the biggest problem I have with this car is it was just pick and choose what you want to do. If you're going to make one of these type of replicas, it needs to be completely as close as you can get. Like I said, the vents need to be open. The biggest problem that I'm having, the Fiero is a 93-inch wheelbase. The F40 is a 96-inch wheelbase. There's a 3-inch gap right here. This should be opened up a little bit. So what I plan on doing is cutting it here, bring it around right there, slide that piece over, and with the hood, I was going to slide the hood completely back 3 inches, as well as the bumper go back 3 inches to accommodate it. Now, I don't plan on actually cutting it. What I plan on doing is spacing the actual cradle. So I'm going to take the cradle and shift it back 3 inches. I'm going with the slender performance coilovers that only has one bolt, not the 3 bolts you have here, just the 1 bolt in the center, and it's going to move to here. Oh, I got to move my finger there. There we go. So that's where it's going to be, and that 1 bolt's going to come here. This is going to be enclosed and welded off so it can give it back its structural rigidity for that 1 bolt. And it will be another cap for that 1 bolt to be able to go through to give it a little bit more strength. Another thing that I don't like, I'm not a big fan of, is the way they have it. It makes the car the hood as well as the actual tailgate, very flimsy. Now, this one is not as bad because of the fact that it's got hood shocks. But let me show you this. Are you getting seasick? It's not a bad deal. It's just that, now if this was just for a race car on a track, I can understand. But this is going to be a very nice vehicle that's going to be a representation of the real thing. Now, I know the F40 is a Spartan type of vehicle, but that doesn't mean that we have to actually just have it looking any kind of way. That's what I was actually trying to point out. So, of course, it's going to be changed. These wheels are 20-inch wheels. I don't like them. These are the truck wheels, which are too big. Look at how much room you have of travel for the shop. My hand is 4 inches. Look at the front. It's not going to work. I know I spent more time on this one than the Lamborghini, but the Lamborghini is up in the air. And I feel really bad about that one because I shouldn't have left that car there. So once again, it's a 4-cylinder. It's got a cam in it, and it sounds just like it's a V8. But it's a 4-cylinder. And it's an automatic. So I have big plans for this. Once again, like I said, the wheels are going to go away. I'm going to get something close to the original wheels or something that can actually fit under there. I'm going to go back to the 18s. I will tell you this. Another thing I don't like is that has a 2-inch spacer with a 1/2-inch spacer to go with it. You got a 1/2-inch spacer here. Then you have the 2-inch spacer here. Can you say dangerous? Now look at the back. You have 2 2-inch spacers. You have this one, and then you have another one. And you only have 4 inches of travel. Now the body itself is really sturdy. the lines doesn't line up right. It's not doing what it's supposed to do, which that'll be addressed. But my whole focus would be to spread the rear out like it's supposed to, as well as strengthening the trunk lid as well as the front deck lid, the bonnet. And I'm thinking of doing carbon fiber on the front after I get my end duct here. Please give me some suggestions. I really want to get this thing back on the road. I've been sitting back for a while I finally got my garage pretty much almost like I wanted with the items I wanted, but I actually have, it's still dirty, but I have to get started because I'm getting bored sitting around the house. So I need your help. Guys, give me a little help. I don't understand what this is supposed to be, but it is what it is. So this is Tack with Euro.American.Passion. Send me some comments and some suggestions. If you feel like I need to do a certain thing, let me know and I will try to get them going. But other than that, I'm going to get started working on the Fiero F40 project. First thing I'm going to do is break everything down and pull the engine, and we'll go from there. So hopefully I'll be able to give you some content, something that you like. But once again, this is Tack, Euro.American.Passion. And always remember, we fought and we beat COVID. Stay blessed. See you on the next one.